Friend, it's Son here, and I am gonna do a hybrid makeup application today. I have been coming on here for quite a little while, and I love bringing all makeup, skincare, hair, menopause, all these things of being over 50, coming on here and talking with you and sharing the tips with you. Even grief. I lost my dad not long ago. So we talk about a lot of different things, but I'm here to talk about makeup and a new product that I've been using, and I'm kind of going to do a hybrid thing. So I'm 55 years old. I'm glad that you're here. If you're here, say hi. If you're watching on the replay, still say hi. I kind of feel like I'm alone in a room, and I don't like that. I'm an extrovert. I like lots and lots of people around me. I don't tire of it, not very often. I really enjoy it. I've been a cosmetologist since I've been 19. I don't know the math. I'm 55 minus 19. You tell me how long that was, because it might be a little too shocking for my soul. And I just love all things beauty. It's really important to, I was in hair. We were homeschooling 4 kids. And I had my 4th child, and we were like, that's enough. Like, it was just too much. And I started staying home, but I've always still love hair. I still love the dynamics of all of the stuff that y'all are doing now that's so different than when I was a hairdresser. But I love now skin and makeup and the beauty and fashion, all of that. I love it all. Hi. Oh my gosh. We snowmobiled in Gaylord, Michigan. I don't remember much about it as far if it was unique, but you had a lot of snow at that time. And that was at least, oh my gosh, 30 some years ago. Oh my word. So I do remember that trip actually. So hi, welcome. You're a ways away from me, but not that far. Anyway, love all things beauty. And once I found some products and some tips and some things for being over 50, and really I feel like it was in my 40s, I didn't have a clue, with my makeup. So as you may know, if you're in your 40s and your 50s or on up, things are just not laying the way that you want them to. You've got the fine lines, you have some sagging, melasma, lots of bigger pores. Why do the pores seem to get bigger? I don't know. But in that, it's really important that we just do different technique and we can still wear makeup. So I have my brows done. I have a little bit of eye primer on, and I have my skincare done. Wait, do I have oh my gosh, where did I put it? I did right here. Hang on. I want to hydrate my under eyes real quick. First and foremost, of anything that you do, make sure you're using good skincare. I have a Korean skincare line that I've been using. One of the makeup tools that I'm going to be using is from that line they just put out. It's infused with skincare, but make sure that you're focusing on skincare. It's never too late. I'm going to continue saying that to all y'all. My mom is 80, and she's just now starting to use something a little bit better at 80. So it is never, ever too late. So, okay. At any point in here, if you have any questions or anything, I'm going to try to watch the questions, but if not, ask me in DMs, all that. Okay, I'm going to first work with this. This is a skincare infused cushion. I love cream makeup. That's what got me here. I loved that I could customize my palette. I loved the dewy look. I loved that I could put a little bit on and get the look that I wanted. And that's what I'm also going to share with you here. But this is something that Rimmon just came out with, and it's called a cushion. And it's weird as far as it's not a cream, it's not a liquid, it's not a powder, it's simply a cushion. That's the only way I can explain it. Has this cute little puff thing here with it, but I'm not going to use it. I'm actually going to use a brush. And something I'm going to show you that you're going to be like, wait a hot dang minute. You're going to be like, Sonia, that is way too dark for you. As older women, we tend to need darker shades. I have been preaching this for years, even in my cream makeup with my shades. These are my 2 main shades. You have to use, most likely, darker, because lighter is just going to show the texture. So, and finding the right kind of foundation that is good for you and works for you. But any of these principles If you find anything of value, use them with what you have. All right, so we're gonna take this cushion. It, like I said, is infused with Korean skincare. It's not like they took makeup and threw a little bit of something in it. They really were very thoughtful in the ingredients that they added to this. If at any time you want to get matched to the cushion, because you can watch, that's the other thing, is I can help you with finding out your shade. You can come at cushion and I can match you to the color that is for you. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this brush. This is a 3D brush, and I don't always like it for my cream makeup, but I love it for the cushion. There's some other brushes here that I've used. I've used the shape brush. I have even used the little puff here, but I feel like I'm just going to put on as little makeup as possible because that's usually what I do. I love makeup, but I find I can use less makeup in the right areas and get the look that I want. So I'm going to use a brush. I'm going to use a 3D brush right here, and I'm going to tap it into that. And like I said, you're going to be like, what? This is the color tan. It is the number 25. We have 5 shades, and I think you're going to be surprised at how good it's going to look even with that. I could maybe wear the color natural beige, but this is the color I've been wearing. It's been working pretty dang good. And you can see I'm putting very little on. It leaves a nice radiance. I'm not going to put a lot of makeup on at all. I'm going to cover this pink up that I have right here. And I like tapping in frequently. I don't like loading up a brush or loading up that pad necessarily. I would rather tap in maybe a little bit more frequently so I don't get too much on my skin. Okay, so let's get this on, and then I am not gonna put it everywhere. I'm gonna put it on my cheeks, I'm gonna put it on my nose, and I'm gonna leave it alone, and then I'm gonna be done there. And then we're just gonna take my cream makeup and incorporate it with us. So I've had lots and lots and lots of questions about doing this. Like, how are you using this? I either use it alone or I use it together with my cream makeup. So it's really however you want to do it yourself. Or maybe you don't use Saint and you're like, what is that? I just showed you what it was. Okay, so then I'm gonna open up my cream makeup. This is a big palette and it's not something that you have to start with. You can start with a 4, you can start with an 8, a 12, whatever you want, which is so awesome. This is customizable, and that was something that I was looking for when I was really on the search for makeup, because I was like, I don't know what's happening to my skin, but I can't stand it, and I love makeup. I got to where I was not wearing much. I had eyeliner, mascara. I don't even know if I tried filling in my brows. And BB cream. I don't even know if I did blush. It was so minimal makeup because no matter what I put on, it didn't look good. So when I found the cream makeup, I was like, hang tight here. And I really fell in love. And I just jumped on social media and started sharing because I love sharing. I'm just one of those. If I find a really good pair of jeans, you're going to see it in my stories. If I find whatever, a really good hair tool, you're going to see it. Whether I'm an affiliate or not, you're going to see it because I love sharing good stuff. Because I hate that when someone's like, this really annoys me. If someone is like, you didn't know that, like you didn't know that this was the best whatever bra ever, and you're like, how was I supposed to know that? Because you did not tell me. I'm not one of those. I'm an oversharer, if anything. So I have my foundation on and I'm going to go into bronzer. And this is the next thing I'm going to do, this bronzer right here. I'm not going to contour or anything. I'm not going to worry about it, but I'm going to take my cream bronzer and I'm going to add some dimension and some warmth, which is, I feel like, really important for us mature ladies to get a little bit of dimension in the right places and some warmth. We can look sometimes not, I don't want to say peaked. We can just look kind of, is sallow the word? Is that a word? We just can need this warmth from bronzer to make us look alive and sun-kissed and add some dimension in the right areas. I like a decent amount on my cheeks and on my forehead. So see how you're starting to get this dimension and it's all pulling together. So that's what I like doing with bronzer. You can add dimension also with contour very, very easily. All right, so I don't have any eyeshadow on. We'll get to that at the end. Then I am going to take, let's see here. Let's go to the under eyes. I am going to take a darker shade like this, and I'm going to mix it with, hang on, my lip and cheek. I have a little bit of blue and purple on my under eyes, and in that, I like to color correct it with a peach shade. There can be other ways to do this, but I like doing it with this color called Frenchie and the really small brush. So you can maybe use your finger right in here, but I'm going to take this color Frenchie like so. Which end? I think I'm going to use this end, and I'm going to put a little bit of it on there, a little tiny bit, and I'm going to mix it actually with a darker shade of concealer. You know what concealer is. You use it for your acne. You might use it for your melasma or whatever, but this peach shade is going to take care of that blue. We tend to have blue. So I'm going to take this peach shade and I'm going to mix it with this darker concealer shade, not lighter, not for me. And I'm going to put it on my blue and my purple of my eye. And that's going to color correct it and take care of any discoloration of the blue right there. It's this blue-green weird color, but the peach and the concealer do a really good job of taking care of that color. Something on my eye. Okay, and then I'm going to darken my under eyes with a little bit of suede lip liner, and I'm darkening it just to blend in the rest of that darkness. So you can see how it's darkening. Isn't that weird? So if you have dark under eyes or bags, this might be something that you want to do. This is suede lip liner. You can use bronzer. Just don't put any shimmer and nothing light on your under eyes. Okay. And I remember I hydrated my under eyes, which was very key in what I'm doing right now. So then it'll help it to be hydrated and plump it up. And by not putting too much product or too light, you won't see lines and it won't accent the bag. I get a lot of people that'll ask me about bags on their under eyes. And the key thing that I'm going to tell you is when you have a bag under your eye, and I have a little bit of one, but I have more of the hollowing down here. I have a little bit of one. It might be fat that's under there, and it could be water. But your best thing you're going to do is good skincare, of course, maybe a little bit of icing or gua sha very gently on the under eye. But your key thing with makeup is don't put light color on there. Light will lift and bring forward and draw attention. And the bags you're trying to kind of hide, darken them. Don't put light because that's not gonna work for you. It'll actually make it look worse. All right, so I've done the under eyes. I look so weird. I don't have any eyeshadow. I usually do my eyeshadow first, and I've been switching it up lately to see if once I get my makeup on, maybe I don't need to really do as much to my eyes, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put a blush color. Rimmon has lip tints, and I have it on my lips, and you can actually use it as a blush, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use this color, Huckleberry, and I'm going to mix it with the color I just used, which was Frenchie. We're going to mix a semi-gloss and a gloss. The Frenchie on my cheeks, and for a lot of you that have melasma and sunspots in this area, this seems to be an area for melasma. This peachy color could be key for you and a color that you may want to use often. And plus, it's just pretty, period. So let's take this color, which is a really pretty pink, and I'm going to tap a little bit of that on. And then we're going to take Frenchie, and I'm going to mix with it. Frenchie is it's the softest color. Some of our lip and cheeks aren't quite as soft, but that one is a really soft, pretty peach. And then I'm going to keep it high on top of my cheeks. I'm a mixer. I think it comes from being a beautician, or it's just natural. I'm not really sure. But when I did hair colors on someone, you came in for hair color, it would be a little dab of this and a little dab of that. And I'm sure my formulas, when I wrote them down, we had a computer even way back then. And when I wrote them down, people would look at me like, you did a drop of this and another drop of that and an eighth of this and whatever. I'm sure they were. But anyway, I like to mix. So I like to take a little bit of a pink and add a little bit of a peach and then come up with my own color, which I just like doing it. So that was Huckleberry and Frenchie, and we're gonna brighten next. So brightening, like I said, is gonna create lift for you, and I'm gonna pop into my one compact makeup again. Like I said, you see this hole? I don't even know what I had there. I was cleaning up all my stuff. I can pop these out. So these are $16 and they're very affordable, but you can customize this on how you want to customize it. I just happen to be doing a hybrid look. If you want match to this, you can comment match me and I'll give you a link and I can match you. Same thing with the cushion. You comment cushion and you can get matched to the cushion. All right, brightening shade. It is not a shade that I'm going to put anywhere near my under eyes or texture. So if I have a lot of pores, big pores, like between here or 11s, I would maybe not put it there. Maybe pores here. My chin has acne scarring. I don't put brightener there. So, all right, let's show you where I do put it. So I'm going to take a little bit on the same spot brush. I love the spot brush. If you ever get too much makeup on a brush, tap it on your hand and then go back and bring it back up. So let's just put a little bit here next to the nose. I'm kind of sinking down right there. We kind of all are. So that might lift it out just a little bit. I don't put any on my under eye. And then let's take a little bit here to lift out my cheeks. Give those a little bit of I didn't contour, but by putting a little bit lighter here, it's gonna make them appear fuller and more defined. And then I'll clean up my eyeshadow here in a minute. So then I'm gonna tap here and here. And why did I do that? That's the peak of my brow. And then by putting a little bit light right there, it's actually gonna create lift. That's everything that I do. Everything on my face is for lift. Lift and dimension. I mean, okay, people, what's happening naturally? Everything's going down, right? It just is. Jowls, all the things are happening. So we need to create lift. And that's how I do it. So I'm just going to blend that in just a little bit. Okay, so let's do some eyeshadow. Let's flip this open and we have some eyeshadow right here. I don't even know what color I'm going to use. Hi, Katie. Aren't you working? It's my daughter. Middle child is on here talking to me. She's working at a cafe. I'm going to come up. Danny called for some allergy medicine. My other daughter's working too. And I'm going to get a chai. So I'll let you know when I'm on my way. All right, I've been doing basic on repeat. Basic is the prettiest color. Let me show it to you. I know, it's like the most basic brown. Look at that. It's so pretty. I just love the color, but I think I need to step out and stop. Wait, hang on. I'm gonna put my blinds down a little bit. I do this. I get on repeat and then I'm just like using it over and over and over. So let's step out of our comfort zone just a little bit. So let's do Lullaby. And if you need help with eyeshadows too, I'm happy to help you. Do I have Lullaby in here? Where the heck's Lullaby? It's right over here. Let's do Lullaby, which it's like a perfect mauve color. Okay. It's a really perfect mauve color. All of our brushes from Sane are double-ended, which like one compact, you only buy what you need to replace, and then a double-ended brush. I don't know. Maybe there's other double-ended brushes out there, but I feel like for real, this is amazing. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and it's hooded eyes. I have hooded eyes. I showed this video the other day of hooded eyes, and I'm like, okay, I have fake lashes on, obviously. Okay, see how that hangs over my mobile lid? Someone's like, you don't have hooded eyes. I'm like, I don't know how. Of course, there's other people that are more hooded than me, but girlfriend, hate to tell you, but them dumb things are hooded. Okay, so let's do this above my natural crease like that. I'm not doing a rainbow. I'm not going straight up and down, straight up and down. I'm actually going to start taking this out a little bit. If you go straight up and down, you might get it too low on the outside of your eye, and we don't want that. So I have found with my eyes, I love eyeshadow. I know a lot of you are on here following me for my hooded eyes. And this is what I'm finding. You can make this as easy or as complicated as you want and still look beautiful and create lift. The idea with the hooded eye is you just have to get it above your natural crease, which is what I've done. I've created a crease. So as you can see, I don't even hardly have eyeshadow yet on. See where my crease is right there? Where it's right there like that? I don't even have eyeshadow on that yet. That's not where your eyeshadow is going to go if you're hooded eye, because it'll block it when you look at someone. When you when you look straight on, that's going to be gone. But look at the beautiful dimension that I have. So you don't have to be overly skilled at hooded eyes, okay? So you don't have to go home and do your eyeshadow and you're doing the thing and you're like, I just can't. Yes, you can. You simply do that and you have won half the battle right there just by getting it above your natural crease. So I do take a little bit and put in my crease, but just a little. I just make sure, because this is why I do that. You see that light right there? If there's any light left right there and you can see it very much, it's like you can see the hood. So there. And I put it up here to create lift. Like so. Okay. And then I sit back and I look. And then I'm like, so what's up? Is it good or is it bad? Is it too dark? Is it need blended? All the things, and I could leave it like that because of my eye primer. Always use eye primer. I could be good to go. Oh, thank you. Hello, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad everyone's here. I'm just so glad. I just can't even tell you guys how much I appreciate you. You guys don't know. Give me 1 second here. You guys do not know how much someone like me appreciates you. And if they don't, they're insane. You guys are so kind. 99% of you are so kind and so gracious, and you give out compliments and you ask sincere questions, and I just appreciate y'all so much. I really, truly do. Okay, let's move on. That was Lullaby, as I said, and I used this the other day. Why not? Do it again. You can then put a light color, such as, well, I don't need to pop it out. You could put Cupcake. You could put Chai. You could use Pup, which I don't think I have in here. Pup is like a cooler form of that, like a cooler, is that? I don't know where it's at. You could use Pup on your lid. Cupcake, Chai with Lullaby, or with any color, honestly. And you can go to the shimmers. I'm just going to go to the shimmer just for the heck of it. I'm going to use As You Wish. It's just a color I've been using lately. Again, get in a rut. Don't be like that. Don't get in a rut. I'm going to put it on my finger. Have a little bit of fun. I put a reel out yesterday, and it was stop saving the good stuff for the good days. Now think about that. Okay? Your grandma's china or your mom's. Maybe the fancy car that's in the garage that you don't get out because it might get a stone chip. Or the candle that you don't ever burn unless someone comes over. The dress that you love. It's your favorite dress and you've worn it 3 times. Get it out and wear it. Where are you going today? Target. No. Wear it. Yes. Wear it. I mean, no, don't think you're not going to wear it. You need to wear it. I mean it. I have worn more dresses and more skirts and put earrings on and necklaces and all the things, all of that, just because you just don't know. You may not have good days left. You may not have days left. Enjoy it. Please put the makeup on. Even that, do your hair. If it brings you joy, stop saving it. Don't do it for some other time. And I really mean that. I really do mean that. Burn the candle. I don't know, wear the red lipstick. I just stop saving things like that. It's just, don't. Okay, As You Wish is on my eyes. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. With that, it's like this peachy color that I just love. And now this, I'm just taking Cupcake. You could take Chai too. And then I just soften the edges. That's all I'm doing. You don't have to worry about doing anything fancy there. I'm just softening the edges. Oh my gosh, am I done? Oh no. Hi. Okay, so, oh, thank you, Sherry. See what I mean? You guys are just, I mean, really, really, truly. I'm not just saying it. You guys are so kind. Yeah. So kind. Okay, so if you're wanting the cushion, if you're wanting a match to the cushion, you can comment cushion. If you're wanting a match to this makeup, and then you can ask any questions or anything like that, of course. Like if you're like, Sonia, I want to start small. No, let's go big or go home. Whatever you want, we can do anything the way that you want. Comment match me and I will send you a link. If you don't get it, message me afterwards and we can get that taken care of. Now, I did tell you that when we got done, I was going to clean up my eyeshadow. So I'm going to flip here again to that brightening shade, which is here. I have it backwards. I don't know why. And I'm going to tap into it and then I'm going to clean up that eyeshadow. Now you see how I already pretty much have this going upward. I didn't do too bad. I don't want it dark down there. I'm going to take a little bit of this brightener and only do this if your crow's feet don't pop after you put it on. Now, if you put brightener on and then you're like, oh, all my wrinkles just popped, then either go to a darker color or just do your main shade just a little bit here and make sure you have a nice crisp edge. Now, you don't necessarily a wing, but you know what I mean. You want this eyeshadow, everything, remember, we're lifting on everything that we do. So let's tap it out and make sure it's not anything weird. Okay, but see how that just went up? This went up. My eyebrows, I did my eyebrows. Always fill in your eyebrows. Why? Because you can create lift. I put a little bit of brightener up there. Why? For lift. That's for lift. Everything is for lift. You don't have to do it all, but you could do one thing and create a little bit of lift in something that you like. So, hi. Oh yeah, if it's not going, if my automation is not going with the match me after the video is on, then you could say match me and it should go, or you can just DM me. Absolutely. Thanks, Barb. See, she's watching out for me. Okay, we're done. I am going to use a little bit of a setting spray. I don't always use setting spray. I don't think that we always need it. I don't think we always need a primer, but this one is the Rimmon and it is infused with skincare also. And it does give a little bit of a radiance. So even if you're like, Sonia, I love your tips, because that's what you would say, right? I love your tips. But I don't want your makeup. But I do want a little bit more radiance. This can help. You can use it under the makeup and you can use it over the makeup. And then you might get, well, I hope with your makeup, you're going to get, it leaves a little bit of a radiance behind. It is the most fine mist. Like it dries almost instantly because it's just so incredibly fine. It puts some skincare and it just puts a little bit of that nice radiance to your skin, which I think as mature ladies, we need, right? You look at that little grandchild of yours, that sweet little grandchild, and her face just glows. And she didn't do a thing to it except get sticky. It's because she has that young skin and we want our skin to glow and we can have it happen. We really can. Mine glows now more than it ever has. So, all right. Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. And remember, don't save that perfume. Don't save that candle or that dress. Go put it on. Your name, whatever it is. M. Barber. Saint won't, okay, first of all, the word hypoallergenic is not regulated. Natural is not regulated. Clean is not regulated. These are terms that are unregulated. And so then therefore anyone can say them, even if they're clean and they say it, or it may not be clean and they say it. I can say it's hypoallergenic and they may not claim it. It's unregulated. So Saint will not say whether it's hypoallergenic or not. And Rimmon hasn't claimed it to be either. Hi, Emily. They haven't claimed that it's hypoallergenic either, but it's unregulated. So even if someone does say it, it doesn't mean that it is. So just be careful with that. But we have the ingredients are listed on Saint's website. All the ingredients are listed. They have very few ingredients. They've been redoing Rimmon's website. So if by chance, just reach out to me. If by chance that all the ingredients aren't on there, you'd have to just let me know and I can get them for you. All right. See ya. Bye, Emily. You're welcome.